on Parkade.
Coming up on 6:30 now. Welcome back, everybody. And we are following breaking news out of Charlotte County. We're learning about this fatal accident happening on McCall Road and Gillett Boulevard.
Troopers confirming to Fox 4 that a 45-year-old woman was thrown from her car and pronounced dead on the scene. That's where we find Fox 4 Rising's Alex Butler, who joins us live from the scene with more details. And Alex, they're clearing the scene right now. Is that correct?
That's right, Julian. Right now, this scene here at 776 on McCall Road around Port Charlotte area is now open. If this is on your morning commute, about 20 minutes ago, this was still closed, and actually a couple of seconds ago, they were just cleaning up the last few areas. But you can see here over on this side, the westbound lanes are now open. I want to show you, though, some video from earlier this morning. What happened was at around 3:30 in the morning, FHP arrived here on McCall Road, also known as 776 westbound, where they found a woman lying in the road. She was thrown from her vehicle, and it was a one-vehicle rollover. Now, we know no other vehicles were involved, but we do know that that one woman, unfortunately, is dead. So all information this morning, of course, pointing to that somehow she may have lost control. We don't really know exactly the details of the accident and how it happened, but it has since been cleared. And again, if this is on your morning commute, 776 here westbound, now open on your morning commute on those lanes. We'll send it back to you, Julie and Mary.
All right, Alex, thank you for that update there. Tough scene to look at, and I know commuters will be driving, being able to get through right now. 6:31 now, and some more breaking news to update you on this morning as the Lee County Sheriff's Office are looking for suspects involved in an early morning robbery. This robbery happening at the Waffle House on Daniels Parkway right before the I-75 overpass, right after 3 o'clock this morning. The Lee County Sheriff's Office says they are still looking for the 2 suspects they believe are responsible. We'll bring you any new information on this as soon as we get it.
I don't know one person here who wouldn't probably break the law.
The head of Morgan & Morgan law firm pushing pot for the people of Florida as he makes his case for legalizing medical marijuana.
That's right. John Morgan in Fort Myers acknowledging it could be a little tough to convince Florida voters to pass their controversial ballot measure this November. 4 News Corner's Kelly Stegeman with this report.
If we didn't change our mind, the world would still be flat.
Attorney John Morgan is mapping out his plan for change.
No drug works like marijuana. And I don't know why. It just does.
He came to Fort Myers to push his priority, make medical marijuana legal in Florida.
When you got in this fight, did you imagine it would turn out the way it has thus far?
No, I did not think I'd have this much money put in. I thought I'd have a bunch of other people would have joined me.
And that's where this group comes in. Morgan is hoping members of the Tiger Bay Club of Southwest Florida will join the cause.
Hopefully change some minds and encourage people, look, if you don't vote, we can never get this done.
Morgan has an uphill battle to come. In order to pass, 60% of voters must be in favor.
We're going to have to win this thing in a landslide. And that's not easy.
In fact, he says none of this has been easy.
There is a certain burden that came with it that I just should not have had, but I thought, you know, I'm 3/4 away across the lake. I just need to swim like crazy and kick my legs.
So what does he have to say to critics who worry medical marijuana could open doors to even bigger problems? He told the crowd that's like saying appetizers are a gateway to obesity. So we might as well ban Swedish meatballs. Morgan says, bring on the critics. Win or lose, it's getting the conversation started.
I'm asking you to join me in this historic effort.
Kelly Stegeman, Fox 4, in your corner.
Man, that Morgan is quite a character there, John Morgan. All right, he went on to say that the next phase includes more investors, a bus tour to register people to vote, and a TV ad campaign. So stay tuned for all of that. All right, time approaching 6:34 this morning. We're going to take our check of the weather. We know we have a lot of baseball happening this morning, or later, I should say, at 1:05 p.m., the magic time, right, Jamie?
Yeah, skies will start to clear out at that time. You'll probably still find yourselves under partly to mostly cloudy skies here in Lee County, maybe at 1 o'clock, but maybe by the end of the game, starting to see more and more of that sunshine. We do start out mostly cloudy. We're in the middle 50s, and we may still see a few showers trying to sneak in before we get to the afternoon. Once we get to the afternoon, it is looking like the skies start to clear out. We'll be into the 70s as well. A light wind from the north and northwest. So it's a comfortable day today. If you're going to be in the shade at one of the ballparks and you have a little bit of a breeze out there, maybe something like a hoodie as you're getting only into the low 70s at that time. Mostly sunny otherwise. As we get to the 5 o'clock hour, maybe a little cloud cover hanging over parts of Collier County. Mid-50s right now nearly everywhere, and dew points, they're going to be dropping. They're going to fall into the 40s. Port Charlotte already at 48, but we're seeing the dew point in Tampa really take a tumble right now, so it won't be much longer. The rainfall for the most part is south and east of us right now, moving west to east right across the southern tip of the state, but there were some indications that maybe 1 or 2 more showers try to sneak through before we get into the afternoon hours. The cloud cover, as I mentioned, will be dropping to the south. It is still that northern edge between Tampa and Orlando. All that sinks to the south with time throughout our afternoon hours. You see that on your Vipercast right here, and that front basically begins to wash away the showers out of the area as well. Weekend looks absolutely incredible, so for this weekend in baseball, it is going to be perfect weather for a little outdoor activities. Mid-70s, afternoon clearing skies, and a light breeze. Let's take a moment here and check out your morning commute with Angie.
All right, thanks, Jamie. 6:35 down this Friday morning. Good morning, Southwest Florida. We have a new crash coming in Ortiz Avenue and Colonial Boulevard. This is right when Colonial hits 6 Mile Cypress and heads north. The 6 Mile Cypress actually turns in to Ortiz Avenue. This is right in front of the Nature Center there. Ooh, not a good intersection as it's just a couple blocks from Interstate 75. Already pretty jam-packed this time in the morning. We do know causing some roadblock on Colonial Boulevard. For those of you traveling Colonial to I-75, head down to Daniels or go up to MLK Boulevard. Do not get on Colonial right now. It's completely blocked there at the Ortiz Avenue intersection. All right, taking a live look right now, I-75, Estero, 41, Alico, just a little volume there on Corkscrew Road as you're heading over to I-75. But other than that, shouldn't run into any more problems. Things are picking up. It's a Friday morning. We're in the middle of season. All of this is to be expected. I'll continue to monitor things and get back to you in 10 minutes.
Grossed out. It made me sick to the stomach. I will never, ever buy canned meat again.
6:36 now, and just a warning to you if you're eating breakfast this morning. I want to warn you as we're heading into this story. A Southwest Florida woman is shocked by what she found in a can of Great Value brand salmon. She says she bought the salmon at a Walmart in Lehigh Acres, but when she started cooking the canned meat, she found more than just salmon inside. She found tiny worms. Listen to this.
When I separated the salmon, that's when I saw them within the meat.
What did you see?
First, I saw a dark, something looked like intestines, so I took that out. When I took that out, I saw the worms.
A Walmart representative told her to freeze the can and they'll send an envelope to mail it back in. But the woman you just heard from who bought the can there, she says she wants Walmart to pull the salmon from all the shelves. Walmart tells Fox 4 its food safety team has been in touch with the Great Value supplier to try and figure out what happened there. Ugh.
Difficult to look at. All right, new one rising this morning. 15 dogs are recovering after being rescued from a home in Southwest Florida. The poor pups were discovered in horrible condition, covered in fleas and feces. Animal Services tell Fox 4 they found an anonymous tip to a home described as a hoarder's house.
A house that we would typically describe as a hoarder house. A lot of material possessions, little pathways for the occupants to maneuver around. Not just unsanitary, it's unhealthy for them, so we have to act in the best interest of the animals. And the animals can't speak, so we have to act as a voice for them.
Well, the veterinarian says with the exception of some skin issues, the dogs appear to be in somewhat healthy conditions. Of course, they'll undergo routine tests just to make sure everything checks out. And if you're interested in adopting one of these lovable dogs, you can do so starting Saturday at the Lee County Domestic Animal Services.
6:38 right now in your Consumer Watch. If you know how to fly a plane and you're looking for a job, you may be in luck. Listen to this. A government watchdog says it's not clear there is a shortage of airline pilots through regional airlines. Though regional airlines, I should say, have reported difficulty in finding pilots to hire. Reports say the U.S. airline industry will need to hire 1,900 to 4,500 new pilots annually over the next 10 years. We're told 11 out of 12 regional airlines have not been able to meet their hiring target this year. If you've got a Verizon wireless phone, your data may be in the hands of crooks. The company is looking into a possible security breach at 2 retailers that use its technology. Many retailers operate large networks through technology provided by Verizon. Concern over the vulnerability of such large networks has been high since a massive credit card data hack at Target last year.
Time now 6:39. In your medical report this morning, a new study revealing that men's biological clock could also be ticking. According to a study published by a leading psychiatric journal, researchers compared younger fathers to older fathers' children and found that older fathers' kids were significantly more at risk for a host of psychiatric disorders. For example, the children of fathers ages 45 and over were 3 times more likely to have an autism-related disorder, 13 times more likely to have ADHD, and 24 times more likely to have bipolar disorder than the children of fathers aged 20 to 24. And researchers discovering a possible link between birth control pills and the development of multiple sclerosis. They found women who used hormonal contraceptives were 35% more likely to develop MS than those who did not. But doctors say more research still needs to be done, and there isn't enough information right now to cause alarm. Scientists don't know the exact cause of MS and say many factors can contribute to the disease.
All right, well, 6:40 right now, and we've been following breaking news this morning about a fatal crash in Charlotte County. There's some video from earlier this morning. We'll check in with Alex Butler and get an update on road conditions and more details on this crash coming up in just minutes. Stay with us.